Hey guys, how you doing? Jared Wesley, Live Traders here. You know, I wanted to take a minute while I'm down here in Florida. As you guys know, I went from Arizona to Florida, back to Pennsylvania for a funeral. Now I'm back in Florida. I'm actually in Pompano Beach right now. I'll be in Miami a little bit later for dinner, and then tomorrow as well for some meetings. But I want to take a moment, man. A lot of people are. Most people are kind, most people are nice, most people want to learn how to be a successful trader or a successful entrepreneur or whatever you want to call it. But there's also some haters out there, which is fine. You know, I mean, nobody can be successful without haters, I guess. But what I don't want you guys to do is look around and go, oh man, there's the Benz with the Zeno package and all this other stuff. And some people, you know, they see me in my Ferrari, or they see me in the jet, and they see me traveling all that, and they think, oh, they call that trader porn. You know, that's just showing off and this and that. But you know what? The God's honest truth is twofold, guys. It's twofold. One, that's my life. Okay, I've worked hard to be able to live that kind of a life, and it's not showing off. It's just showing what's possible when you work hard, what's genuinely possible when you work hard. But on the flip side, I want you guys to understand. I want you to know, you shouldn't be buying that kind of stuff if you can't afford it. If you're leasing everything you got and barely being able to make the payments, then you can't afford that kind of stuff. Everything you see here, this is paid for, title in hand, man, title in hand. And I'm not saying that to brag. It has nothing to do with that. And the reason I'm commenting on this is a bigger issue, a bigger point, guys. You're never going to have this kind of stuff. You're never going to have a jet. You're never going to have Ferraris. You're never going to be ultimately super successful if you keep leveraging debt, leveraging yourself to the hilt for depreciating assets, guys, right? Now, if you're leveraging for an appreciating asset, for a business or some real estate or something, that's the different conversation. I'm not having that, okay? Here's an example. I know of a fellow who works at a local bank, okay? He's the bank manager, okay, at a local branch here, Wells Fargo. And this guy tells me, he said, Jared, I can't get over. I'm blown away by how many people come in the drive-through and they're in their S-Class Mercedes or in their Porsche Boxster or whatever the car is, but it's typically a nice car, and they got $2,000, $2,300 in their checking account. And he's sitting there going, I don't understand. I don't get it. And it's not one person. I see it all the time. So basically, what does that mean? What am I getting at, guys? Most of the people you see out there are living well above their means because they're watching the Kardashians or they're watching something else on TV, and they're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. Life ain't about keeping up with the Joneses, okay? Be true. Be real to yourself. Look, never, and I do mean never, ever be embarrassed by what you have to do to make money. Ever. Look, if you got to take the night shift at the local 7-Eleven or the Walmart or the Costco or the Circle K or whatever it may be, don't be embarrassed by that. If you're doing that and you have a goal, a bigger goal, and you want to get ahead, well, that's what you're doing to get ahead. Who cares what other people think about it, okay? This doesn't happen overnight. And by the way, you don't need all this anyway. If you can afford it and pay it in cash, good for you, good on you, okay? That's nice to be able to do, and I'm fortunate to be in that position. Things have gone well for me in life, okay? But there's a lot of folks out there grinding and working hard, and I respect that. 12 hours, 15 hours a day at a $10 an hour job. Why? Because they have a dream. They have a bigger dream. Well, when you're doing that, when you're grinding, be smart, man. Don't go out and lease that brand new BMW for $800, $900 a month when you're only pulling in $3,000 a month. That's stupid. That's foolish. Take that $800 or $900, put it into an investment, put it into a savings account, buy an index fund in the stock market, all right? Pay down your mortgage faster, save that money, put it towards something that's valuable, something that can actually get you ahead. The problem in this world, in this life, particularly in the United States these days, but I think all over the world, it's called instant gratification. Everybody wants everything yesterday. It's like the microwave generation. And when their neighbor pulls in a brand new car, they feel this need that they need a new car. Well, guess what? Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest guys in the world, for a long time drove a 10, 20-year-old car. For many, many years. The man still to this day eats a Dairy Queen. Good for him. Nothing wrong with it, okay? I think Mark Zuckerberg said, I read some article that said he drives a Honda Accord. Okay, I think he could afford more than that if he wanted to. That's what makes him happy. Point is, live your life. Okay? You want to be successful. You're motivated by me being successful or seeing nice things that I have, a Ferrari, a jet, all that stuff. That's great. I hope that motivates you. That's my intention, to motivate you, not to leverage yourself to the hilt to buy stuff you can't afford. Because, guys, I've talked about it before and I'll talk about it again. Guess what? Debt is slavery. Okay? Debt, D-E-B-T, is slavery. All right? When you owe people money, you're a slave to those people, whether it's a person, whether it's a bank, whether it's a mortgage company, whomever it is. So anytime you get yourself in debt, credit card debt, mortgage debt, car payment debt, you better think long and hard before you put yourself in that position. Why? Because it doesn't go away, right? All these kids taking out student loans, I feel bad for them. Why? Because they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. Now, are some of them going to go out there and make a huge life for themselves and be able to pay off that 100, 200 grand? Yes, they are. Most of them, 80%, won't. They're taking out these student loans to go to mediocre schools with, I don't know, a basket weaving degree or political science degree. It's not going to get them too far in life, okay? Now, I'm not knocking those degrees. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying people are not smart with money, okay? Guys, listen to me. The 1%, they're not lucky. Okay, there's a reason they're the 1%. Do some people watching. Go out in the street and just look around. Just look around. Look at people. Look at how they talk. Look at how they act. Okay, see the things they do, their reactions to things. Most people are in la-la land. They're oblivious to common sense things. Okay, you need to be smarter than that. All right, you need to be better than that. What does that mean? I'm not saying you're better than those people, but when it comes to your money, you need to be better than those people. That means save 10, 20, 30% of your paycheck. I get it all the time. Well, I only make 33 grand a year and I have 2 kids, and I get it. That's tight. That's very tight. But you need to find a way to save. I don't care if it's $25 a month, $50 a month. You need to save it and invest it. And I'm going to tell you this once, I'm going to tell you it for all, and I don't care if people like it or not. 40 hours a week, that's lower middle class, man. Okay? If you're not working 50 or 60 hours a week, sometimes 70 or 80, you're not getting ahead in this world. Now, eventually, 10, 15 years later, you'll be able to cut back a little. But your first 10 years in the workforce, man, 22 to 32, 22 to 35, you got to be pushing, man, pushing. It's the only way to get ahead. And you know what? Everybody talks about wanting this. Ooh, I love that suede headliner, and I want that Dezino package, and I want to be able to pay cash for my Ferrari like I did, all that stuff. That's not what it's about yet. If you get to that point, go do those things, but you got a long ways to go. It took me a very long time to get to that point. Guys, people with money are no different than people without money, but at the same time, they're completely different. What does that mean? You're going, what does that mean, Jared? What this means, guys, is simple. All right? I buy a little lemonade at the lemonade stand, right? I buy a bottle of water just like anybody else does, okay? Whether you're Bill Gates or whether you're the poorest person on the planet, we all do that stuff. We all go to McDonald's sometimes, right? You all put your pants on one leg at a time. We all do those things, okay? The Kardashians are not special. Tom Cruise is not special. Tiger Woods is not special. They are just human beings. They breathe the same air you breathe. They live the same life you live in the basics. They brush their teeth in the morning too. They take a shower in the morning too. They're no different. How did they get where they're at? Being smart, being disciplined. Okay? By being smart and being disciplined. All right? So when all you out there going, oh, you're just lucky. Oh, you're just lucky. Oh, those 1%ers are just lucky. No. They work their ass off. And I'm not saying that there aren't some unfortunate circumstances in life. There are. People do get unlucky at times, but you got to work through it. You got to work through it. The timing will find you when you work hard. When you don't work hard, you don't deserve the timing to find you. You earn it in this world, okay? So if you want to go out there and be successful, go do it. Stop talking about it and go do it. Seriously, stop talking about it and go do it. The people around you that are successful, they didn't get there because of luck, okay? They just didn't. Not many of them are lottery winners, if you know what I mean, okay? You can do it. Anybody out there can do it. Now, for you, success might be 75 grand a year. Might be 100 grand a year. For somebody else, it might be $2 million a year. All I'm trying to get at for all of you guys, be better than you were yesterday. If you're making 32 grand a year, shoot for 42 grand next year, the year after. Even if you have to work more hours to get it, then save that money. 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to be able to live the life that you dreamed about 10, 12 years ago. Okay? You know, when kids put Lamborghinis on the wall, you can achieve that stuff. All right? It's not always about that, but you can achieve those things. It just takes time. You have to have a plan, and the plan needs to be long term. Guys, save 10, 20% of your income, put it in an index fund, buy some real estate, double pay off your mortgage, whatever it is. By the time you're 50 or 60, you should have a decent nest egg. Here's a sad fact for you. Two sad facts. The average 50-year-old American does not have $50,000 saved for their retirement. The average 50-year-old American doesn't have $50,000 saved. Here's another one for you. The average Social Security recipient relies 70% of their income on Social Security. Think about what I just said. The average Social Security paycheck is about $1,600, $1,600. That's 70% of your income. So that means what? The other 30%, you're making what? $2 grand, $2,200 a month in retirement? You did not plan. You did not plan if that's the case. Okay? You need to be doing better than that. Right? That's it. Not everybody's going to make $1 million a year. That's fine. But you can go from 50 to 60 and 60 to 70 and 70 to 100. You can do all those things. Someday you might have these things. These are nice. Nice stuff. Right? But you don't necessarily need all those things. You're just trying to be better than you were the week before, the month before, the year before. You can do it. Nobody's better than you. If they're smarter, then you work harder. That's it. Okay, guys, that's how you get ahead in life. I'm getting so many emails from people about how did I get all this and how do I do all this stuff. It's called hard work, man. Right now, I'm away from my family for 4 days. I flew in to watch my Eagles fly, right? To watch my Eagles win the Super Bowl. I was gone a day later after the Super Bowl, came back for a day, and I was gone again 2 days later, and now I'm gone for 4 or 5 days, and then I'm going back, and I'll be out again. That's what it calls for sometimes. You know what I mean? And just because I travel well and there's a private jet or Ferrari, that still doesn't mean I don't miss my family. I'm a person too. I'm human too. Do I like sleeping in hotel rooms? No, I like sleeping in my bed. Right? I like seeing my kids. I like giving them a bath and all that other good stuff that parents and fathers do. All right? Find your balance. Just don't be home all the time. Don't be away all the time. Find your balance. You can do it, guys. I'm telling you, you can do it. I sit here, I talk live traders, I talk stocks, I talk stock market. I used to work on Wall Street years ago, and all that's great. It doesn't have to be stock trading for you. I can help you do that if you want to learn, but it doesn't have to be stock trading. I do real estate. Real estate might not be for you. There's a million ways to make money out there. A million ways to make money out there. Okay? I just talked to a guy who owns a paperclip factory. Okay? This kind of stuff here, I think I have on my car. You know, these little clips, paper clips and clips. He owns a factory. Who would have thunk it? Guy's worth like $40 million. Who would have thought it? Clips. There's a million ways to make money. You can do it. You can do it. Guys, I'm going to be in Miami April 9th to April 14th for a mentorship. 10 people mentorship. If you're into trading, I'd like to see you there. All right? Personal mentors, only 2 spots left. We're only inviting 10 people. Only 2 spots left. If you want to show up, awesome. If you're into trading, that is. If you're not, take what I just said, heed the advice, and go out there and make something of yourself and make something of your life. And one of the things you don't want to be is a victim. Do not be a victim. No victim mentality, no excuses, none of that stuff. All right? So, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. And again, go get it. You can do it. Go get it. Nobody's better than you. Nobody is better than you. Prove the world wrong. Have a good one, guys.